Farmer Producer Organization or FPO. Scheme guidelines and loan assessment. Are you worried about the agriculture and priority sector target of your branch? Are you worried about giving clean loans to farmers? Do you think a scheme similar to CGTMSE can help you to make an accelerated decision? Are you struggling to find farmers who maintain proper books of accounts? Are you struggling with the assessment of big-ticket agriculture loans? Say loans of rupees 30 or 40 lakhs? Then this tutorial is for you. If you stay with us till the end, you will learn what is a Farmer Producers Organization or FPO and Small Farmers Agribusiness Consortium or SFAC. What are the different types of FPO? What is the advantage of financing an FPO? Where you can find them? Lastly, a step-by-step guide to the assessment of working capital finance for FPOs. What is an FPO and its types? Before understanding what is an FPO, first let us understand what is a producer's organization. A producer organization or PO is a legal entity formed by primary producers like farmers, milk producers, fishermen, weavers, rural artisans and craftsmen. A PO can be a producer company, a cooperative society, or any other legal form which provides for sharing of profits or benefits among the members. In some forms like producer companies, institutions of primary producers can also become members of a PO. The main aim of a PO is to ensure better income for the producers through an organization of their own. Small producers do not have the volume individually of both inputs and produce to get the benefit of economies of scale. Besides, in agricultural marketing, there is a long chain of intermediaries who very often work non-transparently, leading to the situation where the producer receives only a small part of the value that the ultimate consumer pays. Through aggregation, the primary producers can avail the benefit of economies of scale. They will also have better bargaining power vis-à-vis the bulk buyers of produce and bulk suppliers of inputs. Now, a farmers' producers organization is one type of producers organization where the members are farmers. Please remember, there are producers organization which involves handloom, handicrafts, and we may call them non-farmers producers organization. So, an FPO may be formed by individual farmers and also institutions of farmers as members in West Bengal. Its main function will be procuring large quantities of seeds or fertilizers from Punjab and then sell those to its own members or non-members. Also, we have an organization called the Small Farmers Agribusiness Consortium, SFAC, who are providing support for the promotion of FPOs. They are an autonomous society promoted by the Ministry of Agriculture, Cooperation and Farmers' Welfare, Government of India. Different legal forms of FPO. A farmers' producer organization can be registered under any of the following legal provisions: Cooperative Societies Act or Autonomous or Mutually Aided Cooperative Societies Act of the respective state. Multi-State Cooperative Society Act, 2002. Producer company under Section 581(c) of Indian Companies Act, 1956, as amended in 2013. Section 25 Company of Indian Companies Act, 1956, as amended as Section 8 in 2013. Societies registered under Society Registration Act, 1860. And public trusts registered under Indian Trusts Act, 1882. Advantage of financing an FPO. Increase in direct agriculture portfolio. As per RBI guidelines, lending to FPO or FPC is classified under farm credit. This is a smart way to increase your direct agriculture portfolio of the branch. Financial discipline. Be it a cooperative society or a company, an FPO needs to maintain proper books of accounts and have to get that audited every year. So, when you approach them and try to find figures related to the business, you will have something to start with. Officials of NABARD and SFAC are in constant touch with them, training them on different aspects. So you can easily get those projections and calculations on the move. This is a big advantage of financing an FPO. But there are two more added advantages if the FPO is in a form of a company. Equity Grant and Credit Guarantee Fund Scheme is a grant scheme by SFAC, where it extends support to the equity base of farmer-producer companies by providing matching equity grants equivalent to the contribution of their shareholder members. This will improve their net worth, solvency ratio, and debt-equity ratio, making it easier to fit the proposal in our banking standards. Credit Guarantee Fund Scheme for FPCs by SFAC provides a credit guarantee cover to eligible lending institutions when all eligibility criteria are met. This makes our exposure secure, reducing the bank's capital allocation and provision for such exposure. So as a banker, we prefer to finance FPOs, which are FPCs. So if you go to the MCA website, you can find details on them. Since equity grants and credit guarantees are two major attractions of financing, let's take a quick look at their eligibility. Equity Grant and Credit Guarantee Fund Scheme for Farmer-Producer Companies, EGCGFS. The FPO should be registered as a farmers producer company under Section 581(c) of Indian Companies Act, 1956, as amended in 2013, and incorporated with the Registrar of Companies. Remember, other legal entities, as described before, are not eligible for this equity grant at present, however they might be considered in the future. The maximum cap will be of Rs 15 lakhs per FPC. It has raised equity from its members as laid down in the Articles of Association or bylaws. The number of individual shareholders is not less than 50. Its paid-up capital of the FPC does not exceed Rs 30 lakhs. Minimum 33% of its shareholders are small, marginal, and landless farmers. And how do you know that? Their CA will issue a certificate after verifying the same. The financial statements of the FPC must have been audited by a CA for at least 1 full year. Maximum shareholding by any one member other than an institutional member not more than 5% of the total equity of the FPC. Now, what is meant by institutional members? It means another company or firm. The maximum shareholding of an institutional member, if any, is not more than 10% of the total equity of the FPC. The FPC should have an elected board of directors with minimum 5 members, with adequate representation from member farmers and a minimum of 1 woman member. It has a duly constituted management committee responsible for the business of the FPC. It has a business plan and budget for the next 18 months that are based on a sustainable revenue model as may be determined by the implementing agency. And lastly, the FPC has an account with a bank. If you are wondering how many FPCs are good enough to meet those eligibility criteria and get the equity grants, then just take a look at this list from the SFAC website. There were 47 FPCs who received the grant last time, that is, March 2021. Credit Guarantee Fund Scheme for Farmer Producer Companies. CGF was implemented from financial year 2013 to 2014 by SFAC through the lending institutions. It functions similar to CGTMSE or CGFMU. This also has few eligibility criteria, and those are similar to the equity grant scheme. However, there are some additional conditions to be met. Let us identify those. The scheme shall be applicable for both fund-based and non-fund-based facilities, or even composite facilities extended by banks. But the cover will be up to rupees 1 crore of exposure only. The coverage is available up to 85% of the exposure, which means we can get a maximum of rupees 85 lakhs in case of default. The individual shareholders or farmers should be minimum 500. The facility shall be extended or sanctioned within 6 months of the date of application. This, by all practicality, means even if the loan could not be disbursed due to various reasons, the sanction letter has to be issued within 6 months of application. Remember, agriculture is a seasonal activity. So if you sanction a loan in the Rabi season to procure seeds for cultivation in Kharif season, it might take some time for the actual disbursement. If you have sanctioned a loan during one particular quarter, say April to June, the application for Credit Guarantee Fund should be forwarded to SFAC by the end of next quarter, that is, by September in this format shown on your screen. Now that we learnt about FPO, in the next video, we will learn about the working capital assessment in cash budget method of an FPO.